My first impression of Jude, I thought he was a dork.
He's sort of like a mini rock star.
It was so easy to talk to him. And I thought, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to the Jude Curtis like this.
Jude is a very dynamic individual. He's got a lot of presence to him.
He really attracts people to come to him and want to talk to him. It's really fascinating to see.
What Jude has is a tremendous EQ.
He made me feel so comfortable in my interview. I knew instantly that I wanted to work with Jude.
Yeah, on a serious note, I mean, Jude is an approachable guy. He's a good sounding board. He's been a great partner.
He's a great boss. He's fair, and then he gives recognition, credits to hard work.
One thing led to another, and I ended up joining his team. And I think that was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I actually remember Jude when he was first introduced to the firm. Everybody wondered who this Jude Curtis person was, and a few of us wondered whether Jude was a guy or Jude was a girl, and as soon as he got up with his tall, booming voice, we knew Jude was a guy.
Hello, my name is Jude Curtis.
I'm Jude Curtis.
I'm Jude Curtis.
I'm Jude Curtis.
Hello, I'm Jude Curtis, the firm's Chief Ethics and Compliance Officer.
I've been trying to figure out what Jude does, so I have no idea what his legacy is.
You know, before Jude came, I don't even know if there was a group called Ethics and Compliance.
He really built the ethics and compliance team and the whole structure from the start. It was kind of spread around, decentralized.
We started out like 3 people, and now it's like about 180.
He's built that into a program that is the envy of every other professional services firm out there.
When people call in to our helpline, they can either choose to remain anonymous or not be anonymous when they make those calls. We have an extremely low anonymity rate that's just unheard of.
It shows that people are comfortable contacting us. They know through Jude, really through Jude, and what he's done in the program, that this is a fair firm that expects excellence.
He should know that he's left our firm, PWC, a much better place. He did that by his collaboration, he did that by his partnership, and he did that by reinforcing what's important in the culture of our firm.
He was brought in from the outside to organize a function that didn't really exist in the structure that exists today, and now it's a world-class organization.
I've always been amazed at how Jude has been able to balance his really heavy demands at work and his personal and family life. But beyond that, he really supports and enables his team to be able to really strike that balance that everyone needs. He's hosted many events in the offices where we could bring our kids, whether it's a Halloween costume party, taking a field trip with a bunch of kids to Liberty Science Center, and then there's always our ice cream truck outings too, where I think Jude actually wants to go get the ice cream more than the kids. I can speak for my own daughter, Elizabeth, who will always remember these adventures. And she has a very special bond with Jude too, because he tends to call me a lot when I'm in the car with her, and I'll put him on speaker because I'm driving. And the two of them banter about the Yankees and the Red Sox, and do you think your mom's bossy? And she's like, I don't think I want to answer that question. And I know she's really sad he's retiring, and I know all the other kids who've spent time with him will treasure those moments too.
I had a couple of pretty tough years with some family members, and there was never a question in my mind that Jude was behind me 100%.
He's a caring person.
He always inquires about not only my daughter, but also my mother and my mother-in-law. I think he takes pleasure in some of the pain that I may experience in that department.
He's very funny, although he'll tell you he only has 5 jokes and he just recycles them, which may be sort of true.
There are certain stories that continue to live for days, weeks, months, and years.
He likes to bring up painful memories, such as my deceased pet turtle.
When Jude heard that Brian and his family were raising this turtle, and the turtle was supposed to live for 100 years, and then the turtle died like 3 months later, Jude never lost that. Like, and every time he sees Brian, every time we're in a group setting, it inevitably comes up in some way, shape, or form.
Jude loves to scare me. He'll go, Lisa! And of course, you know, I jump up.
Jude has the worst handwriting on earth. There's only 2 other people in this entire firm who can decipher his handwritten comments. I think this says something about the helpline at 3 o'clock.
What does it say? Timeline? 3 o'clock? That doesn't make sense.
It says tea time at 3 o'clock. No wonder he's not in the office.
Sometimes it's hard to get in a word edgewise, but there are definitely times where I do get my say in various meetings and try to convince him to do something, and he'll pull out the org chart or pretend he's pulling it out and remind me who's the boss on the org chart, that it's him and not me. But deep down, we all know sometimes that there's a boss behind the boss.
I'm the boss.
Jude's a lot of fun to travel with.
We took an Uber ride one time, and it was Jude and about 6 females singing at the top of our lungs. The Uber driver turned on any kind of music we wanted to listen to. It was very, very loud in that car. And as we got out of the car, and Jude's like, you better give him a really, really good tip.
This one particular trip, we went to Asia. We were gone for about 2 weeks. And Janet, she was like handling him. And I'm thinking, you know, he's a grown man. Like, why is she treating him like he's never traveled before? Where's Jude? And do you have your passport out? And then about halfway through the trip, I realized he's like a wayward toddler. You take your eye off at him for a minute, and we're like, where'd he go? His luggage is here. Where's he? He can't find anything. I'm like, now I totally get it.
Probably got us in trouble in Hong Kong at some point. He may need to self-report that still.
We were on a flight together from Chicago to St. Louis. At one point, the seatbelt sign came on, but he was still kind of toggling between me and Jackie, doing some work with her, doing some work with me. And the stewardess came over the loudspeaker saying, please take your seat, the seatbelt sign is on, very sternly. He just continued to go back and forth thinking, like, there's no turbulence, there's nothing going on here, so I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do. So she proceeded to come over and get right in his face with her pointer finger and say, if he gets up one more time on this flight, she will have him arrested when we land. I was like, that would make interesting headlines for PWC if our Chief Ethics and Compliance Officer was arrested because he didn't comply with the rules.
We went to dinner, 4 of us. 3 of them drank. I didn't drink. I was the only one who didn't drink. But then on the way back to the hotel, I tumbled over the stairs. So it like broke my foot. I didn't know it was broken at the time. He told me the lessons learned here is that you should start drinking on business terms.
Wherever you go, there's a certain amount of wine or other type of beverage involved.
He enjoys a lot of different kinds of food, so I can help him navigate around like Chinese food and Asian food.
One particular time, as we were walking out of the restaurant, we had walked for some time.
A couple of us looked at Jude and noticed that the napkin that he had on his lap was still kind of tucked into his pants, draped down.
I actually grabbed the napkin, I think, without even saying anything, put it in my purse, and kept going.
We told him later. We had to implement a 2-shirt rule. We look at Jude's shirt and it's got the coffee from the morning, something that he ate from lunch, the snack from the plane. You know, he needs another shirt to change into, and a lot of times it was the shirt he was supposed to wear the next day or the next day. And we finally said, you should just travel with 2 shirts per day and then we're not gonna have this problem. After a while, he's like, I think you're right. And he started doing the 2-shirt rule. He packed 2 shirts.
We all know how much he loves the Boston Red Sox. We had an all-hands meeting one year, and in order to make sure that everyone who was attending the all-hands meeting knew about that love for the Red Sox, I did a Dub Smash video as part of a contest that we ran.
I know the Red Sox are in last place. They did beat the Yankees last night, so I was able to get out of bed this morning.
So Jude, I will not need to follow the 2-shirt rule, but I like the idea of following a 2 designer shoe rule. You want to go shopping?
So Jude, I do want to just congratulate you, and you can tell you've left ENC in very good hands. Enjoy your retirement.
When Jude is in retirement and he's relaxing and having his first glass of wine, maybe over dinner after a long day of golf or at a long board meeting. Hopefully he will not go into shock if he thinks he's going to get a call from me, because I have a habit of calling at those times. And so I hope that he'll recover from those calls at all hours of the day and night from me on serious issues.
And now that you're going into retirement, you're going to have to give me more strokes since you're playing golf all the time as opposed to just every other day as you have been doing the last 6 months.
I am excited for him in the next chapter. I envision there'll be more time on the golf course and there'll be another chapter in his career.
Enjoy the girls and Liz, and make sure I have your address, and I'll continue to send you Christmas cookies, I promise.
We will be very, very missed. And most importantly, Mitzi and Norm expect that when you come to Maryland, we're all gonna go to dinner together because my parents really want to meet you.
So Jude, I just wanted to let you know that I'm so sorry that I'm not there to celebrate your amazing 15 years with the firm. I'm toasting you from afar and extending my congratulations to you and the family for your retirement and everything that's to come.
I've learned from him over the years, and you know that we'll all miss him when he's gone.
I always knew if we were going into a tough meeting about a tough issue or on a phone call, that as soon as I heard those dulcet Jude Curtis tones, that everything was going to be okay. And I really, really appreciated your sense of pride in doing the right thing was just phenomenal.
My mom says best wishes. She loved the fact that you loved her dumplings. It's been a lot of fun memories that I will forever cherish, Jude.
Well, Jude, I can't believe this literally is a countdown. On the 28th of June, you and I both will be leaving the firm. It has been a wonderful ride. I'm so grateful for having had a chance to work with you, and I wish you all the best.
I just want to take a minute to thank you for all the trust and confidence you've had in me over the many years I've worked with you, and for your unwavering support of me both professionally and personally. You deserve all the best in life, always and forever, and especially as you embark on this next chapter.
And I often joke to you about how you should run for a public office. Now that you're gonna have a little more time, I hope you'll seriously consider it. Because as you know, there are lots of important and complex problems out there that could really use a leader like you. So whenever you need guidance or consultation on cars, rice cookers with fuzzy logic, or need a campaign manager, or want to just grab Korean barbecue, you know who to call.
I'm gonna miss him very much, and he's always gonna be my #1 boss.
Hey Jude, I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for our firm over the last decade plus in the time you've been here. You've made incredible changes at our firm, and it's all made us for the better. You've created a culture where people are safe and able to speak up. You've created a culture where people can raise issues in their minds and are rewarded for doing the right thing. And you've had a massive impact on 50,000+ people around creating an environment we can all be very proud of. The simple fact is we wouldn't have the culture we have today if it wasn't for you and your work. And on behalf of myself and 3,500 partners, I want to thank you for that, because you've set us up very nice for the future in a world that's becoming even more and more complicated. I wish you a lot of health. I wish you a lot of happiness and enjoyment. I also know that you can talk more openly now about being a Boston Red Sox fan, so go enjoy that, enjoy your retirement, and thank you very much.
Sweet Caroline, you